Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. We thank God for life and giving us this unique opportunity to meet here once again to perform this wonderful ritual. A ritual that brings patriots together, that brings great minds together, stirs up emotions and passion. But one thing is true, love for nation. Undoubtedly, one of the finest moments on radio. Only on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome to the ritual I call That's My Opinion. The People versus NPP. The People versus NPP. That's our topic today. Folks, in the Fourth Republic and to many, many, many citizens, I'm not sure there's ever been a time where we seem to have completely lost control of the economy, with no concrete plans on the table as to how we're going to reverse our situation. I don't know, it's just like it's a free for all and we're going. So Joy FM would like to state that the views, comments, opinions, contributions and statements made by contributors and commentators on this program do not necessarily represent the views or policy of Multimedia Group Limited or Joy FM. Neither Multimedia Group Limited nor Joy FM necessarily share, sanctions, or endorse the views, comments, opinions, or contributions so expressed on this program. So, folks, I said in the Fourth Republic, I am not sure there's ever been a time where we seem to have completely lost control of the economy with no concrete plans on the table. It's a free-for-all. The People versus NPP. Folks, it's said that the people deserve the governments they get. It makes me wonder if truly we deserve the current leadership. Folks, currently it's as though the government is in a world of its own and the people are left to their own fate. Right here, folks, on this show, before the NPP came to power, I did a series of shows. The first one was that Nanado had been in the forefront of power, seeking to lead and be president for so long. And it cost lots of money each time one tries, to be president. It's not cheap, particularly if you're flag bearer for the two main parties. So to go and lose many times a Gaddafi, he will be indebted one way or the other to quite a number of people, cash and kind. This could hinder one's ability to deliver good governance. Folks, it was not a very popular show. The calls were not many because to us, we just wanted JM out. JM must go. It is our show, and shada popular papa. Folks, then I did another show saying that, what do we want from the next government? Because just wanting one out was not a good enough reason, but rather why we want a new one in. What do we need the new government to do? Common sense economy, prudence, skills training for the youth, because you can't just say, I'll give you job, I'll give you job. Give them what job? How are they going to do that job? Obi TFS memo Ejuma to do what? Can he fly a plane? Can he drive a car? Can he plumb computer? What? If you don't give that guy the skill, how does he get the job? But all they will say, oh, I'll give job, I'll create jobs, I'll create jobs. But how are we going to fit into those jobs we're creating? Target education. We should list our wishes and make it a contract for whoever it is was going to come in. Folks, that too was not popular. I finally did another show where I said that Ghanaians were so fed up with this thing called democracy. The last days of JM and the NDC was chaotic. Ghanaians were wild, angry, and unforgiving and brutal. We wanted our pound of flesh. We could not stand the V8 pushing us up the road. We found it so annoying and arrogant. Just time. Doomsaw. Oh my God. Folks, the word even made it into Wikipedia. Doomsaw was so, it was just everywhere, to the fact that it made its way into the Wikipedia. Put Doomsaw in Wikipedia and it tells you what it is. Folks, even one minister had to fall on his sword, with Doomsaw matters. So I said that Nana was a hope to restore our faith in democracy. In those last days, what we saw in Nana Addo was our faith. That this was going to restore our faith in democracy again. And if you see how people voted, you could tell they voted out of anger. And those who were staunch NDC but so angry, they could not vote NPP, so they just refused to vote. They can just bring themselves to go out there and vote NPP. The message was clear, resounding. Folks, has our faith been restored in democracy? I think that's a big question out there. So here we are now, the people versus NPP. In truth, the people have lost hope. People are angry. People are fed up. Folks, and above all, people are desperate. Businesses are desperate. Now, what really concerns me, folks, what really concerns me is that trust is broken. We are unwilling to heed or follow government. Folks, if the people won't follow the leader, and the leader can't rally the people along, what then is the fate of the nation and its people? There's power. And this present situation that we're in, if the leaders cannot rally us along, and we are also unwilling to follow them, what then is the fate of the nation and its people? Folks, in all this turmoil, the optics and utterances from leadership has no reflection or correlation with what's on the ground. Government has become reactionary, nearly impotent to the destruction of our water body and environment. And names keep popping up very close to the very government we are relying on. Names are popping up every day. Yet nothing is done. Folks, we are just watching our future being thrown to the dogs. And those with the stick who can hit the dog are also watching and asking us for evidence. Folks, those with a stick who can hit this dog and run away from eating our future, they're holding the stick and asking us, give me evidence. And the final nail, folks, the final nail in the coffin is the dollar. Our whole life, whole country existence is hinged on the dollar. And in all honesty, government has no hold on what's happening to the dollar. Speculation is just running wild, like a James Bond movie. The speculation is like a James Bond movie. It's just running wild. And communication from the money handlers is as though, I don't know, folks. Communication from the money handlers, I don't know. Folks, let me try and explain to our young listeners. To our young listeners, those of you who are old, but to our young ones, let me try and explain the dollar speculation matters in Edumasa economics. So let's assume you are in a battle and you are firing ammunition to stop the enemy from coming into your territory. So as you fire, they are also firing back. However, they don't rush to your territory because they know you will crush them with the amount of ammunition you have. Folks, in the midst of the battle, should you run low on ammunition and you are sending for backup to go and get more bullets, you don't inform your enemy that I'm low on bullets, so I'm sending a Beku to go and bring me ammunition. If you do that, they will rush in. So you are in your house. Armed robbers have come. They will fire, pine. You fire, pine. You say, hey, Papa, what you if you pine. You don't shout to your wife, hey, Akosia, my bullets are running out. As soon as the armed robbers hear that your bullets are running out, they will then rush into the house because they know you are low. And that's how the dollar thing works, folks. Businesses, whatever it is, we are all, investors. Everybody wants to come and get a dollar. You are the Bank of Ghana. You also, as soon as they apply for the dollar, you send some in. They apply, you send some in. Sometimes you hold back a bit, you send some in. But if you let them know that, the dollars I have won't last me till Tuesday, then by Sunday, everybody who would have needed a dollar on the next Wednesday or Friday, even a month later, will think that let me rush in and get my dollars now because otherwise I won't be able to pay my school fees, pay my supplies, and then everybody starts rushing. So sometimes when I hear the communication that there are not enough dollars to go around, or that, there's not enough to service what the people need, I get shocked. I get shocked why such information will come. Or sometimes they give a meager amount. Oh, there's $10 million going to be pushed in the system. The boys in Abuzuokan will consume that in 3 hours. So then they start rushing and say, hey, so also 10 million per modia, Maminkotomi DSCR. So the Seydus, the Mahamadus, the Alaji dollars. I mean, look on your phones. Everybody's got Alaji dollar, Seydu dollar, Way dollar on their phones. They just start controlling, deciding how much they want to sell it. And because you can't get those amounts from the bank, you just resort to these people. And they are now dictating to us. Seydus and Mahmoudus and whoever it is who have no doctorate in economy, they are dictating to us how much we buy a dollar. Why? Because the state has told us, I don't have enough. Armed robbers have coming and you are shouting to your wife, you have armed robbers at your door and you are shouting to your wife to the hearing of the armed robbers that you are running out of bullets. What do you expect? Everybody's rushing in. And it is ridiculous how people's livelihood, businesses are just finishing. And as usual, Ghanaians being profit-oriented and profit addiction. Everybody, somebody who's just plucking their coconut from their backyard and squeezing the oil out of it is telling you $1 no cost. So what? What has that got to do with you and your cocoa in your coconut in your backyard? When did you import it? Everybody is just milking in. Oh, dollar no cost. Let me just jack my thing up. Meanwhile, whatever it is they are selling has got nothing to do with the dollar. Folks, experts are calling for downsizing government, cutting certain things that we import that we can do without. It's not life and death now, yet it's consuming a lot. Tomatoes will only take 3 months to plant. 3 months. You'll be shocked how many tomatoes you can harvest within 3 months. Just 3 months. So how is it possible that we are using $400 million to import tomatoes, something you can get within 3 months? This morning I was leaving Edumasa. I went to the back of the palace and there was like quite a number of tomatoes at the back of the kitchen there. And obviously they hadn't planted it. It's just that they've washed the bowls, thrown it out, and the tomatoes were growing. And they did, their stems look really healthy. Really healthy, as though somebody had come to put fertilizer on it. No. So if indeed 3 months you can harvest tomatoes in 3 months, how then do you depend $400 million a year to import something that you can get within 3 months? And indeed, if the dollar is running wild, why don't we then send our yams out? Apart from cocoa, why don't we send the yams out? There are so many non-traditional exports that maybe we could really fill those containers that are going back. We could make a little effort to make sure they don't go back empty. Operation Feed Yourself, folks. We need to bring back Operation Feed Yourself. Put a seed somewhere. Put a seed in your flower pot. Clear all those roses and bougainvillea and lily and all those things that you can't eat. Training in egu and plant something that you can eat. Plant your corns, your tomatoes, your okra, your pepper. Plant things. Plant things. Let's not get all this Western mind thinking that I have to plant. Some of the plants are even so poisonous, yet we plant them. Yet we plant them because of Bruni Duyai, Intimisumi Duyabi. Let's encourage it. But the problem now is that, as those of you who have that children, you are not my friend. That's our relation now. We as citizens are telling the government, you are not my friend. So if he's going to tell you to plant something, because you are not my friend. We won't listen to them. They are unable to rally us along. Yet we are in a crisis. And in a crisis, the leader and the followers should be singing from the same song, should be in the same boat. But we are saying, you are not my friend. It's one of the most dangerous things to ever happen to any nation, to come into a crisis and you quarrel with your leader. The People versus NPP. The jury is still out. 0302-216-541. Arnold Nino Gento, Dansuma exhibition, I see you. So 0302-216-541. The jury is out. Let me hear you. Well, who's on the phone and who's my first caller?
Good evening, Nana. Thank God you are back.
I'm here.
And your producer didn't put me on record, but I'm around.
Oh, Ajima Joseph from Community 9. I should stop by and see you one day. I have to stop by and visit you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let me hear you, my brother.
And I'm very happy, and God bless you for starting your program with NEC NPP. This evening, my submission is very short. Two, items I want to talk on. We were not able to refine our crude oil. During NDC time, NPP came the same. NDC sent us to IMF. NPP said no, but now they are sending us to IMF. So now, what is the difference? They are the same. So we need to think about ourselves. Look at the dollar and the cedi. How can we survive? And Ghana being the most expensive country. And God be with you.
God be with you too, my brother. Hello, who's talking to me?
This is George from Adenta.
George, let me hear you.
Nana, good evening.
Good evening.
Could it be good?
Well, we are alive. We are alive. So we are alive. So it's good.
We are all hanging on hope.
Yes.
Even the president said we are hanging on hope. It's tough. It's really, really tough. I really like your your preamble. You compare both regimes. But trust me, Charlie, these people just don't respect the team. The impudence. And a good evening. Thank you for the program.
Good evening to you too, my brother. 0302-216-541. The People versus NPP. The jury is still out. Hello.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Who's talking to me?
My name is Stephen.
Stephen from
Adenta.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. And forgive me, I didn't listen to your preamble.
Oh.
What I have to say this evening is that we would like to tell Ghanaians that indeed there's hardship and it is an acceptable fact, and that we all share with each other. It's a big problem now. However, Ghana is God's country. Let's all analyze what is happening in the context that we can factor God in it. If somebody says that somebody took somebody to IMF and it's a fact, but the difference is that somebody gave a free school. That is the difference. So we don't want to do politics with the situation. It's purely global. There are challenges today we need to fix. That one, when the people talk, we all agree. But the fact of the matter is that the aggravation of our problem, we all know. UK's post-COVID is 420% in terms of prices, from 1.74 to 10%. US is 380% from 1.81 to 9.1. So listen, we are not comparing the countries, but we are saying that they are the stronger economies. We depend on them. That's the mistake NPP, all of us have done, NDC, all of us. Because we depend on them and they are suffering, we are suffering. But when Ghanaians are crying, they have to cry. It's a fact. We are suffering. And we all share that. But people want to do politics with it. God is there to judge all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you too very much for that call. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Yeah, Nana, you see, the problem we have as people, and for that matter as Ghanaian, is the truth. We don't speak the truth, and our leaders or our elders fear to hear the hard truth. You see, trust me, we are all people of greed. Ghanaians, we are just bumbleclad. Being
Hey, it is a mechanic. It is a mechanic. It is a mechanic. Me disclaimer: viewers and comments and everything made on this show are the viewers' own comments. Sorry, I had to catch you because you went a bit. Hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Gershon, East Legon.
Oh, Gershon, let me hear you.
Thank you very much. I see, what is happening now, my problem is, if you look at the minimum wage, and then you compare how much you spend even just in the money on cuckoo alone, what about if you have a children? How do you survive? That is the main reason why corruption will not end in this country. Because you always find a means to feed yourself with your family. That's the situation. So the government has to take a look at, if the minimum wage is 15 cities or 13 cities, and then how much do people spend per day? In myself, I spend a day. How can I compare all these things? my brother, I can assure you what is happening today. If it is about NDC that is in power, I'm telling you, if we are not careful, we will not even see what we are going to happen going through. Because I remember there's a journalist working in your station, and at that time he was in another station. He said if 2016, like NPP did not win the election, they will never accept it. And then today, what is happening today? And compared to that previous time, what are we seeing now? The president must do something. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But you see, all the shows I did then applies today. So now that you are angry, now that we are fed up, now that we are frustrated, what contract are we putting down should a different party come, or even should a different president come? What don't we want that, or what do we want them to do differently? But we seem to get so angry and fixated that, we want change, want change, want change. But we don't tell whoever is coming there, look, candidate A was, driving in V8 and it annoys me. So once you're coming, make sure you're not going to do the same. It's just like, hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, this is Nana.
Nana, let me hear you.
From.
Ah, good. Let me hear you.
No, Nana, I think Nana. It's the tangents I've been on for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling Ghanaians, even though I don't want NPP and NDC, because for me, they're both the same. It's like choosing between yesterday's poop and today's poop. It's still poop irrespective. Now, I saw a flyer today. Somebody sent me a flyer today. Kofi Cranton's flyer. And everything that we want as Ghanaians, I believe it is listed there. Now, what are we supposed to do as Ghanaians? We say we want constitutional change. This NPP and NDC, they're not going to change it because it favors them. We say we don't want them to use V8. It favors them. They're not going to change it. We need somebody neutral. You see, our problem is that we think the other person needs to be an Einstein. But we don't need an Einstein to run Ghana. We just need somebody who is a leader, who would delegate, who would say, do this and this will be done. And I just saw the flyer and I'm like, wow, I like what this guy. He's just talking about certain 6 or 7 things he wants to do. And I even said, if I wanted to aspire to be a president, I don't have to go promising anybody anything. All I have to say is I just want Ghana to work, because these people go promising and they can't even deliver. So my problem is Ghanaians, let us stop this. The same people calling, somebody called, I think the second caller was calling, was trying to argue for NPP. It's very sad. Why do you do this in these times? These people say they're going to do it. Now you're blaming it on external factors. Charlie, it's very sad. So let us start that discussion. And I love this topic today. So please, let us continue it. Let us know the people. And the media houses, give those other guys opportunities. Call them. Let us hear their ideas. If it reflects what we want from them, we will vouch and vote for them. Thank you very much, Nana.
Thank you so much, my brother. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
This is Tete from Adam.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Yes, God bless you so much for this bold and fearless work you are doing. But Nana, I just found out that there are 3 countries on earth now: Ghana, Ukraine, and Russia. And everything happening in between Russia and Ukraine is affecting this 3rd country in the world. These sort of excuses cannot help anybody. But I want to mention something to you. I don't know whether Joe FM would want to find out or, check it up. Come to Adam. In the night, you will see a long stretch of boats. The whole top of the sea is flooded with lights. They are fishing every night. And we were here in Adam when they brought this marine police to come and do their training. Every morning you see them trotting at the shore to the estuary. They finished the training, they packed their boats and left. Until today, that night fishing is going on. You see, something worse than Galamsey is about to happen. They are going to destroy our what do you call it? The fish, the ocean, I don't know what term to use. The fish stock in the sea. And what will they do? As for Galamsey, there can be some land reclamation. But when that happens, what can be done? And there are top people owning boats and nets, and they are behind this thing. You come and check. It is happening right here in Adam. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Sad situation. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, my name is Steven.
Steven, let me hear you.
Okay. Nana, thank you very much. Yeah. I live in Vancouver, in British Columbia, and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm following events in Ghana on daily basis. I hear a lot of noise going on radio here and there. I'm not saying that Ghana is not difficult. It is difficult, all right. But Ghanaians, our assessment of the system is limited to our country only. And this is influenced by the politicians. It's unfortunate that the generality of Ghanaians are unable to think beyond what the politicians are telling them on radio and the newspapers. Right now, in Canada, our inflation rate stands at 7.7, which, according to the central bank, it is the highest since 1983. So since 1983, we are experiencing the highest since of 7.7% as of now. And the same thing is going on in the U.S. The same thing is going to all other first world industrialized countries. But it's unfortunate that Ghanaians will sit down and they are only talking as if Ghana is the only country that is going through such a economic challenge. At least the examples that I gave, they are first world countries. Let's look at other countries comparable to Ghana. Look at countries like Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria, Togo, all the countries around. Their situation is even worse than ours. But Ghanaians just following politicians blindly. People are not able to really digress the issue beyond what the politician is telling them, and they follow. Everybody, they are following.
Let me engage you a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so 1 minute.
Okay.
So you said Ghanaians are following politicians, and then again you are saying Ghanaians don't want to appreciate that it's world over. So the politicians are saying it's world over, and Ghanaians are saying no, it's not acceptable. So I don't. If you can explain to me better, because at the moment we are, the populace is not in bed with the politicians. Politicians say that the world is hard. Ghanaians are saying that yes, the world is hard, but our current state cannot be, world issues.
Yeah, the point that I'm trying to say is that normally opposition parties normally are able to make a lot of impact on the minds of the general populace when it comes to talking about national issues.
No, today there's no minds. It's pocket. At the moment, there's no in our minds, it's in our pocket.
Hello?
At the moment, it's not in our minds, it's in our pockets.
Yeah, but the pocket, that one is the pocket, but you express it through your mouth. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. They are speaking what the politicians are telling them, especially the opposition guys. I'm not exonerating the government in power. My first disappointment of this government is how it's treating corruption. They have failed hands down in tackling corruption.
Thank you very much for that call. 0302216541. And hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. I believe that guy was sent to Canada by NPP.
Please don't say that.
I'm on my knees begging you to say one thing. Nana, you are the cause of our problem, with due respect.
Okay.
When we requested that you should lead us, you said no.
When we did what?
We requested that you should lead us. Come out and let's follow you. You said no. Who are we going to follow? NPP, NDC? Who is better? None of them. None. Nana, please, I want to ask a question. Are you sure these folks are not benefiting from this dollar? Are you sure they don't have those school boys in the forest exchange? Are you sure they are not the one buying all this dollar and keeping it in their houses? Are you sure government is not benefiting from this? Because they are not saying anything. Where do we go? What is the solution? None is even calling for a radio presentation to say, okay, Ghanaians, what are the solutions? Bring electricity. Nobody is saying anything. You are the only one engaging us, Nana. You are the only one engaging us. Where is Kennedy Japan? Where is he? He's not engaging us. Where is Mahama? He's not engaging us. They should stop complaining and let's look for solution. Thank you. Good evening. Nana, please, I beg, I'm sorry for what I said in the first time that you are the one our greatest problem. Nana, point to someone for us to follow. We need help. Oh.
Well, everybody can lead from a different way. Maybe I lead by bringing the conversation so we all talk about it. That's my version of leading, by bringing the conversation so we talk about it. But, I don't think I'm the only one talking about it. I mean, people are really hammering on it, maybe from different angles. But, yes, people are really hammering on it because now it's not a matter of your mind, though. I go to the field and say, but you move 200, I feel the girl. No, Misa. Very soon you get there and you tell us, we need 500 kra. I won't even give you the fuel. I mean, it's just terrible. Hello, who's talking to me?
I'm Justice.
Justice, let me hear you.
Yeah, I'm speaking from Ashama.
Let me hear you, my brother.
Well, I'm a teacher and at the same time I sell on the market.
Good.
And there's something I want to share with you.
Sure.
Frankly, I think that the government should do something about this free senior high school. See, in my school, for instance, let me say for the past 3 years, we are having quite a high number of these foreign, I don't want to mention the name of countries anyway, foreigners coming in. And if you look into it, most of them, they complete, I teach at the JHS level, and then they go to SHS to enjoy this free education. And actually, you can see if you want to tabulate this in terms of numbers of how many foreigners are on our free SHS alone, it's not easy. And I don't think there is anything in any neighboring country or even abroad where Ghanaians will get free access to anything, from education to whatever. Why is it that in Ghana we are putting such a policy and we wouldn't consider the effect on us, let me say, from our neighboring countries and other people who will just come and enjoy it free of charge and go?
I must side with you, Missy. That's why the Ghana card thing should work. So I keep saying that we should plug our whole life into the Ghana card thing. So, well, if you're a foreigner and you're able to get it, fine. But other than that, it will easily fish you out that, hey, no, you are not entitled to free education because you are not Ghanaian, So maybe that's where the Ghana card issue comes in strong. And hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, this is Nana calling from
Nana, let me hear you.
I think I talk too much. Not all of us is like we are talking too much. Our actions are not speaking enough. We are not taking an action in the first place. Because the hope and the trust we had for the government when they were in opposition has totally diminished. And I think the way we supported, if you look at the mammoth crowd at Labad, the last rally, the same crowd should get up and say, no, we don't want it. And they'll listen. But it's like now, only few people, one person talks here, so it's like they are not feeling the effect of it. If the mammoth crowd favored them, the same mammoth crowd must speak and act so that they take an action. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The people have spoken. You will be amazed to know that in spite of all this, Ghana is still one of the best places to live on earth. In spite of all this, well, happy 5th anniversary to you, Queen Mother of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, Nana Efia Sewa Ampafo Brakatu. Five years as a Queen Mother, championing development, pushing skills training, raising the bar, playing your part, hunting for legacy. So as your king, I say Ayuko Nyame Shrao Oma Ohindi Nyekese. Afabe Boa Oba Abaso Nyekese. Amiesi is gearing up. Kofi is already geared up. Abeku-san Kofi was in the ones and twos. So the intelligent, the eloquent, the sharp, the brilliant. Amiesi will come and give you the news bulletin. Until the Lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Until next Monday, God willing, we'll be back to do this all over again.